Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar. We are joined today by Thomas Julé, who recently did a very interesting project at Airbus that enables people at Airbus themselves to create their graphics. Now, those of you who have visited the Spicy Talks have seen Thomas Julé in action on stage, and what you're about to see is basically a repeat of the content he showed there. So, Thomas, take it away.
So my name is Thomas Julé, and I'm working as digital specialist, and I work with Airbus concerning their integration of Chili and smart template. So the integration of Chili and the smart template solution took place start 1 year ago when Airbus wanted to integrate inside their brand portal, their brand new brand portal, the smart template solution. The project was first called the production room, and the meaning of this project was to allow Airbus employees, subdivision, and subcontractor to create digital and print content with a self-service solution inside the brand portal. So the four most important points was to create a solution easy to use, work with the browser, with your classic browser, fully integrated inside the solution without third-party software like Flash or Java, and use the use of constraint to help the user to put their content with the respect of brand guideline. So it's the first project called the production room. And the second project was called by another services called the Multimedia Studio. And the Multimedia Studio wanted to create a smart template, but dedicated to specific projects. They manage a lot of digital project and production project over the year, and every year the same project is coming back, and they wanted to allow the people to create their own content inside this template themselves, but with a small amount of people. So the three most important part was to use a restricted template. People can ask to join or not, and more advanced and specific use than the production room we see before. For the production room, the milestone was in 1 year, we have a kickoff meeting in October next year. In December, we have a MVP, a most valuable product. In June, we start, from December to June, we start creating smart templates, testing them, bug fixing them. And in the summer, we beta test. And in September, we add our official launch from creating template to printer. The methodology and goal we use was an agile development to have the possibility to build a platform in just 3 months. We work with product thinking, design thinking. We oriented it around the final user. We've used a lot of user experience, how to use the product. And we wanted to have a quick time to market to be aligned with the release of the brand portal. So the second video I will show you is the mockup we created by then. As you can see, you can browse around categories and select the type of product you want to create, a poster, a flyer, so that you can select your product, the roll-up, for example. You have your edit space. It's just a screenshot of the Chili interface. Then you can order a print, and you can manage your document here. And you have some other information. And order a print, select a quantity, a paper type, delivery option. And that's it for the mockup. The production room use a lot of different system and solution. So the portal was developed on Symfony and is hosted on Adobe Web Services. The brand portal is made with Adobe Experience Manager. We use a digital asset management solution called Keepik. It's actually the solution used in Airbus for managing communication material. And we connect the Chili interface to Keepik to selection pictures and other digital elements. We use one login for single sign-on, server print for print management to manage print order. For customer relationship manager, we use a FileMaker database for building the integrated Coupa Cloud Platform solution. For automation, we have a switch also. For hosting, Amazon Web Servicing. For security, we have Imperva for web application firewall and content delivery network. And for bug fixing, automatic bug fixing, we use Sentry. But the most important solution we use in this is Chili Publish. For the production room now, I will show you what is the final product. So we are here on the brand center. The brand center is made with Adobe Experience Manager. You can visit it. It's an open site and it's accessible to brand.airbus.com. You can see the create your own media in the production room. The production room is only available to Airbus employees and subcontractors. You have a top menu when you can navigate, see basic graphic element, colors, typography, keyline, the main brand colors, and all the rule we use in our template to allow the user to personalize their creation. Typography is also very important, and we use the solution, the right font in our template, Helvetica Neu. The keyline is a very important graphic element to show title in poster, for example. And we will show you right after how we use the keyline inside our smart template. And the title block is also an important element. Like the keyline, it helps to highlight the different title inside communication material. We also have a part about digital experience, and we can see the different resources to create interface. And now it's the production room. It's the last menu on the right. And as you can see, we are using one login to connect to this interface. When you are on an Airbus computer, you can use one login to directly connect and not use, putting your login and password credential. But if you are outside Airbus network, you can use a smartphone, and with double authentication, you can connect. You are here on the brand portal. And as you can see, we have a seamless integration between Adobe Experience Manager and Symfony used here for our portal. You can see also your last creation, your last template. And you can start creating your document. If you keep in mind the first mockup, you can see it's the final product here. And you have the different parts. You have the badge, certificate, flyers, poster, postcard, an avatar for the 50 years anniversary, and also new template like sticker and leaflet will be available soon. We will create a poster here. The Chili interface is loaded here. And we have a workspace dedicated to select the variable. We can change the title, subtitle color, change the title of the document. We will change also the descriptor, and it automatically change on the top over the key line. When you select your image, you can assign another image from the digital asset management, and the background will change. You can put your image when you want to see it, and change the title color again because we have a more darker background. We can move, and with anchors, we move the key line and the division at the same time on all around the poster inside a specific defined zone. And we have a connection with the brand guideline to see if what we are doing is right or not, to check the different guideline. It's not closing the interface. We just open a new tab. And on the top right, we have a button, call to action, to save the template, to download a PDF. We have warning here on the document because the output resolution is too low. I will show you how we manage to display this warning on the all documents interface. And I cannot print the document because this document is not respecting the right output definition for the image. So I have to change this image or change the output definition. If I just reduce this image, as you can see, the warning is not here anymore. I'm just changing the title position because I changed my image. Save it again. I can download for a PDF to screen or with crop mark for my local printer. Here is the output file with crop marks. If I close my editing screen, you can see the warning is not here anymore. The thumbnail is not showing the new background, and I have option to edit, delete, order, print, share my document. I can have a direct link to my document or send it by email, and people can work or just validate my template. Here is the print your document screen when I can select the number of copy I want. For example, for 10 copy, I can have it on the 8, but for 100, it will take more time. So the delivery date is changing. I can select my print center and my delivery location. And when I click to print, it's automatically sent to the local Airbus printer in-house. Now I will show you what we can create with badges. So it's a classic Airbus badge when you can select different data input. Just a link to the Airbus badges. You can see we have different type, nominative ones, or just ones with images in background. When we change in the data input, the elements are changing inside the badge. I can save my new creation. And now I can download multiple pages PDF. The creation take a little bit more time because the engine is creating all the different pages for each name. And now I have my PDF file with crop mark and all the different people in my data input. The other type of document we will show here is the leaflet. This one is not released yet, will be available soon. And this one is using snippets to create a more advanced type of document. I have zone, the defined zone, when I can put snippets inside. I can change my main document variable. And activate or not option on this document. And here I have my different snippets when I can drag and drop them inside the predefined zone. We have we are working on a library of different type of snippet with 2 images, 1 title, bullet point, and the user will be able to create their leaflet. And when you select one specific snippet, you can change the variable related to the specific snippet and adapt images and elements into your document.
I think that because there's so much maybe
Now we will do the link with the other project for the Multimedia Studio, the more advanced one. So the other project is called Tiedock for do-it-yourself doc, and I will show you how we build it. So it's an interface when you can request a tailor-made project. If you want to have one poster, if you want to have one sticker or one badge, one leaflet, you can select and put your request. You put every information, and one project manager will call you back and ask you for your request. You can also order a specific rendering for aircraft or specific view. And with this interface, we also integrated the self-service smart template solution. And you can create yourself. You don't have to ask for a designer to create it. We have different type of project here. You can create catalog cover, for example. Here you can see the different catalog cover you can create. You have a data grid, and each year we had to create another version of the cover just to change the number of the issue or the number of the revision. With the smart template, we just open this template to the final user, and they can create the new issue or revision of their cover themselves just by putting the number they want. If they have a specific volume, they can select the number of the volume. And you have your cover set in a few seconds. The other type of smart template I will show you is a more published one when you can create a local newsletter, paper newsletter. And it's like the leaflet one you see when you can add snippets on this one. You select your generic option, the number of pages you want, the cover image you want to see. You adjust the focus on your image. And you have your different layout. We have a layout with 2 images, for example, a follow-up layout without title, with a box out information. And when I select this snippet, we can change the title. We have also copy fitting to have the title use the right space for the text. You can select 2 images inside this snippet. And what's interesting is we use the same variable name between the different snippets. And when if we want to change the layout, for example, go to a 1 images layout and not a 2 images layout, we can select the 1 images layout, and it will keep the content and just change the layout with the same title and same images. And here it's internal pages. You can select and put your 4 snippets on the page, and you can prepare the layout of your document. And after that, you just have to click on the different snippets and add your content. If you want to have just 1 big image with a caption, for example, you select your image and you edit the caption, and you can build your document easily. And the 2 environments we see today are integrated to the same workflow. So if you send something to print from the production room or from the Tiedock interface, it goes directly to the same output, and it's managed with the same interface back for everything like cashback, or when you do an order with your cost center. Everything is managed the same way. But the 2 environments have 2 different meanings and purpose. The last template we see here is it's still a one we are working on, but it's like a financial or delivery report. On this one, we integrated different snippets, and we have a data grid snippet with data and analytics. Actually, this one is we work on the data grid, and we try to add something like an import. When you import your data from, for example, a Google Sheet, you download a CSV file and you can update your data grid with this upload. And here it's more on content page when you can select bullet point and information. So this is the statistic for the production room, and we see we have a steady amount of users using it each week since launch. It's going further and further, and more users using it. The badge template you see is one of the most used, and we have more and more print each day. That's it. And what's next for this project? So we want to promote and train the user to use it. Actually, inside our internal website, we have some video training session to help users create their content. We want to reduce production time and production costs also with this solution. Create a lot of new smart templates, some related to specific projects, some more mainstream to use the brand easily. You want to also open it to template creator, external agency. We actually have a development platform when external agency can access and create their template. We test them, we validate them, and then put them into production to give them to the final user. And we are also working for a solution to an open worldwide network of printer to reduce the time between the printer and the final user.
Thank you, Thomas. That was really great. If there's any questions, please feel free to use the questions tool. We'd be happy to answer them. So what we've seen is a really cool platform that allows people at Airbus to build their own graphics without having to have a lot of graphics knowledge themselves. The thing that struck me was the really short implementation. And what we've seen is it was a very, very detailed and complete branding solution with local fulfillment built in. And the app was 100% the Airbus brand. So Thomas, how easy was it to build this solution in such a short amount of time? How big was your team and how much effort did it take?
The team was actually very short. We had one developer, one web designer, and actually managed all the user experience and user interface tool. We were free actually to start the project in 3 months, and we had everything we need with Chile documentation. We also use the Chile Academy, training academy, with a lot of useful information about how to start your integration, how to manage your template, the templates who are in read-only, the templates you are editing or saving or sending to print, and all this information was there. We also had a lot of information regarding the API and how to communicate between the Chile server and our solution. The developer who worked on this project didn't know Chile before. He learned to use it through the documentation, and that's it. Small team, a very small amount of time with open source solution. We use Symfony, an open source PHP framework.
Another question from the audience is, what were the main drivers for introducing this tool within Airbus? Was it cost, was it time, or was it brand governance?
I think it's a little bit of each of them. It was brand governance, obviously with the brand portal solution, but also we have two type of environment, and the brand was for the brand project. For the production room, obviously it was brand. For Multimedia Studio, it was more like time and cost. Yes, a bit of one of them.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So this is a pretty big project for Airbus, and it kind of reaches into every part of the organization worldwide. How was the initial reception when this was rolled out?
We had curiosity, people who are connecting just to try it. Also, with actually printers who are actually printing Airbus solution. They were very curious to how we will integrate this kind of innovative solution inside their actual workflow. So curiosity and also a bit of fear, because it's to be sure how the actual and mainstream workflow will cohabitate with this solution, or look like more like a self-service solution, and to have these two kind of different workflow cohabitate. So it's difficult to explain at the beginning, but it was one of the big challenge.
Okay.
Yes, so curiosity, fear, excitement, lot of different reaction,
Okay.
and actually people are very glad to use it because they can do it themselves and they have it right now. For example, this week someone asked for a badge for the day after, and in the classic way we cannot do it. We told them that they can do it, but they have to do it themselves, and they were very happy because they arrived to it was that or nothing. So it was great also, but a lot of different reaction.
Okay, excellent. So what type of people are actually using the templates within Airbus? Are these only marketing employees, or are they all kinds of employees?
All kinds of employees, assistant, marketing, communication, services, event management also. Project manager are using it to gain time also, because sometimes it's easier to just have put a few information, have your banner that asking to a designer to do it, and you can gain time. Yes.
Okay.
So we were thinking that maybe it was only marketing people, but actually it's all of them, and also a subcontractor, because the interface is open to all subcontractor and subdivision. So
Right. So
it's an
it's
open
not just the
platform.
employees within Airbus; it's also the subcontractors, and it's all type of employees, not just marketing people.
Yes.
Another question, maybe you can't discuss this, but do you have an idea of what percentage of Airbus communications materials are produced in this way? Or do they still use agencies for specialized projects?
They use agencies for now. This project is just here for since September, so it's still an early project, and we cannot cover all the needs and yes, all the needs.
Okay, so
But
the V1
definitely
is not there to
agencies.
replace agencies, but it's there to kind of support
No,
people to make sure that they don't have to use an agency
yes,
for every small little job. But as time progresses, I think the goal would be to get more work done automatically and less work done manually by an agency, right?
yes, actually, and also to send the more innovative and specific project to agencies, and this kind of project we are more like self-service and just about around content, and can be done with this solution. So yes, it's not to replace agency, obviously. It's more like to be here to it's a plus also. It's a plus,
Ah,
obviously.
excellent. Very good. And then final question. What advice would you give other companies, so other brands, doing something similar to what you've done?
Okay, so the advice will be to not be scared to use this kind of solution. Obviously, to start small with a small team, with an agile methodology. Start with an MVP, and select the products they are already doing in more classical way, and see what if they can be done with this solution. Um, uh, that's the advice I have to say today. It's start small with small team and in agile way. It's an easy tool. It's easy to integrate and very easy to use.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. So basically, you start small and you make sure you have a
Yeah.
good analysis of what actually you're trying to
Yes.
accomplish with graphics before you launch into developing the solution itself.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. So if there's no further questions, that about wraps it up for us. Thank you so much for joining us. Thomas, thank you so much for taking the time to give us an insight into how Airbus simplifies and automates graphic production with your solution.